I've recorded this video today. Because people like to turn on their cars and work next to my house. So, here we are. Third try. I'm going to keep up the enthusiasm though, because you know what? It's the Manchester Derby! Woo! Woo! Manchester United versus Manchester City at Old Trafford this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. 4 o'clock GMT, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern. Not 12 o'clock. It's about to go down. Okay, it's really about to happen. This is the biggest derby in football. You know, it's not the biggest game in football. El Clasico is the biggest game in football. It's the biggest derby in football. Merseyside derby lost its touch. The Madrid derby, no understating, that is a huge game, right? Ridiculously huge. But this is the Premier League, the biggest league in the world. This is Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. Then there's Manchester City. And they're in a game with Manchester United, which is why this is such a huge game. Anyway, before I carry on, let me just state that this whole video could be void or invalid because the game could possibly be postponed due to the fact that it's supposed to snow on Sunday in Manchester. And no, it's not supposed to just be like snowflakes, a little drizzle. No. It's supposed to be 8 inches of snow. Yeah. So unless we plan on having a snowball fight at Old Trafford, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Which would be cool though, snowballs. You know, imagine David De Gea just smashing one right in the face of someone else. I really should have said Mourinho. Imagine Mourinho throwing a snowball at Pep Guardiola. My life would be made. Anyway, let's get on to things that are more important because I just literally just, that's 2 minutes of this video. Anyway, let's get on to important things, alright? Last time out, we faced CSK Moscow. Somehow, on God's green earth, we managed to go down 1-0 at the last minute of the first half. And the more I read this and the more I see this offside rule crap, it just completely baffles me. But in short explanation, Daley Blind was ruled to be onside because if you slide off the field or if you trip off the field or if any sort of play, unless you deliberately move yourself off the field because you are injured or something like those lines, along those lines, you are deemed on the byline, which means the play is ruled onside. But they gave the goal to Vitinho, who didn't score. I mean, he shot it, but it hit off of Zagoev. And whatever. We move on. Second half. Bada bing, bada boom. Pogba clips it over the top to Romelu Lukaku, and he finishes it with quite a deft touch, which I'm proud of. It wasn't deft, what am I saying? It was a very good touch, which took it out of the way of the goalkeeper. And then we move on just a little bit later. Marcus Rashford going at the defense, because that's what he does. He is the boy, the man, the kid. He's 20 years old now, so he's not the kid. Anyway, he's running at the defense, loses the ball, falls back to Mata. Mata clips it over the top with the finesse that he has. And Marcus Rashford bangs it in his left foot. End of the game. 2-1. What are you saying? What are you saying? Only negatives I took from that game is the fact that Herrera doesn't look himself. And it's just simply because he's not playing enough. That's just the smallest simple fact. 20 minutes at the end of a game, 10 minutes looks more like it. 10 minutes at the end of a game is not enough every game to get Herrera back in the mix. He needs to play every game, right? And the midfield three, when Pogba is back, the midfield three needs to happen. It's that simple. Pogba, Herrera, Matic. Frig 4 goals a game, we'll get 6. Alright? Anyway, I was more than happy with that performance. We went out there, we did what we had to do. Only problem was that we lacked the clinical touch at Old Trafford. But we had it at the Emirates. Whatever, man. Now let's get on to the sad, ugly, blue neighbors on the other side of the city, town, whatever. Manchester City. Now, this is the one time you'll ever hear me say this. All you City fans can clip this up. Hopefully you're not watching this channel. One time you ever hear me say this on video. Manchester City are clearly the best team in the league. Right? That's done. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Right? But, let's make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen. They just lost 2-1 to Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. They were one of 3 or 4 remaining teams that have been unbeaten in Europe. Is it all competitions or just in the Champions League? I think it was just in the Champions League. Regardless. I mean, they played a rotated side. In a sense, still good players. You want to talk about how their players are good enough in every position? In their backup position? They played Shakhtar. Was it? I wouldn't say they were home. No, they weren't. I don't know. Regardless, they played Shakhtar at home. Okay, or they played Shakhtar, right? I mean, we want to talk about how good their depth is. Right? Everyone says that. That's what makes them so good. They have such a good starting lineup and how good their depth is. That they showed their depth, alright? Yeah, okay? They played Danilo at right back. They played that tall French dude at center back, whatever his name is. And they played their second string lineup. And they lost 2-1. That has nothing to do with us, because they're not going to play that lineup against us, right? It's just not going to happen. But let's not make any mistake. Yes, they played the pretty football, the fancy footwork, and the good long passes, and Kevin De Bruyne is a great passer and all that jazz. Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the league. Pogba has more goals and assists than Kevin De Bruyne this season. And then people will say, oh, well, he contributes more, all over the pitch and all that. That's what Pogba does too. Pogba and De Bruyne are literally more or less the same player. Honestly, in terms of what they do for the team, they are more or less the same player. Right? Pogba is going to be more directly involved with goals. Because De Bruyne doesn't play on the wing anymore. Like he did when he first came to City. Or he's not playing the David Silva position where he's the one getting the last touch before the goal. Pogba does what De Bruyne does and more. When was the last time you saw Kevin De Bruyne make a slide tackle? Or step on Hector Bellerin? Please don't do that. Anyway, City's front three are not going to be threatening if we shut down David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. That is the objective of this game. I don't care what you say. Leroy Sané can run around all day long. He can run around as long as he wants. But if Kevin De Bruyne or David Silva cannot pass the ball to him, he is invalid. He is void. His use in the game is void. Raheem Sterling, more the same. Yes, he's turned into a different player. He knows how to play tiki-taka and he knows how to move around. What use is that going to serve him if he doesn't get the service from De Bruyne and David Silva? And you'll see what my plan is later on in the video about how I want to stop them from getting what they need to get done. But, that's the mission, to stop them, because their front three is a finishing front three. They score goals, but if you cut off their supply, what use are they? Benjamin Mendy is not playing. He's injured. He is the only other source, even Kyle Walker you could argue is a source of assists. But let's be honest. I don't want to sound foolish, right? But we really, in terms of attack, Mourinho's a tactician. We will out-tactic them. There's a better word for that, but I am not smart enough to use it. So, yeah, yes, they play all the pretty football and they got all these comebacks going on. But let's be honest, they've won the last couple games. The last 3 games in the Premier League, they won 2-1. Comebacks. They beat West Brom 3-2, I think. In the last 5 games, I think West Brom was like the first of the 5. And they beat West Brom 3-2. West Brom! Under Tony Pulis! Let's not, let's not overrate them. That's massively what's happening right now. That's massively what's happening right now. It's only 8 points. The biggest lead given up in the Premier League was 16. Double what Manchester City have right now. Let's not go crazy. If they beat West Brom 3-2 Imagine what happens when they play. Oh no. Sorry guys. I think my watch has been shining into the camera. I don't know. See? Nope, it's not showing up. Anyway, imagine what happens when they play their bogey team in Spurs. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. And that's who we're counting on. We have to count on Spurs as well. But like I said, in previous times, we just got to count on ourselves to do our job. Anyway, let's get off talking about City. But I felt it was fair to give them 5 minutes of my video. Fair play, they got quality players. But have they played a good team yet? Yes, they played Chelsea. Chelsea held them to 1 goal. 1 goal. Okay? Let's not go crazy. And that was, they were away. Fair play to them. They're coming to Old Trafford. No disrespect to Chelsea fans, but they aren't freaking Old Trafford fans. They aren't United fans. Okay? And we're going to be up for the occasion. Okay? Yes, we're missing Paul Pogba, but this is going to be a big game, though. Anyway, let's stop talking about them. I'm so hyped! Let's move on to the starting 11. I don't know why I did that. In goal, we got the king, man, the myth, the legend, David De Gea. Anyway, going with the back three that's been playing all this time. I think Jones is quite a possibility to be back for this game because he has been training and people have been saying he's the best center back, so I wouldn't be surprised if he turned up for this game. And I'm not a fan of the back three, especially playing against City because it leaves us with 2 in midfield, but I think Lingard can do the work rate. Anyway, back three of Lindelof, Smalling and Rojo. Wing backs Young and Valencia because that is what's been rolling this season. Matic and Herrera in the midfield because I feel Matic obviously speaks for himself. Although Herrera has not been at the top of his game, he does step up for the big games. If you think back to the last couple big games he's had at Old Trafford, Tottenham and Chelsea a couple seasons ago. He didn't play in the Manchester derby last season, in the one at Old Trafford anyway. His assist to Mkhitaryan and Rashford in those 2 games, in the 2 games respectively, Mkhitaryan against Tottenham and Rashford against Chelsea, were identical more or less. And then I'm gonna go with Lingard and Rashford behind Lukaku. What? Lingard behind Rashford and Lukaku. What is happening? But yeah, what I was saying about Ander Herrera is his assists were more or less identical against Spurs and Chelsea. The long ball through the channel to whoever was receiving, in these cases Mkhitaryan and Rashford. He could get away with that again because City do play a high line, okay? And honestly, my whole preview right now is driven by the fact of how much City are overrated. Like, okay, they score a lot of goals. People forget we scored 4-0 3 times, 3 in a row last season. 3 in a row? Was it 3 in a row? No, it was 4-0, 4-0, 2-0, 4-0. Just stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it. Jeez. Anyway, let me read my notes before I go off track. I'm sorry. I don't like to make it this obvious, but yes. Here's a note. I think Rashford is in my lineup, right? Because I would prefer Martial came off the bench. Imagine Martial off the bench doing bits against Kyle Walker. Okay? I'm not saying Kyle Walker's bad. But a tired, he doesn't really get tired. But a worn out Kyle Walker is going to try to absolutely rip open Martial. He's going to try to take him down. And he's going to try to be a big, bulky beast that he is, because I do rate him. I'm not going to lie. The big, bulky beast that he is going to try to take down Martial, but Martial's just going to flip, flap, in and out, do alone. It's over for him. It's over. Martial off the bench is killing any right back in the world. Okay? I don't care. There's no right back good enough to stop Martial off the bench. I don't want to hear it. Nothing. Okay. Anyway, like I said already, Jones is back in training. Yeah, like I said, I like the way our back line is working. I would like to see Jones back, but I also like the way Rojo plays. I like the way he moves the ball forward and he makes the long passes going forward. But I don't like the fact, I don't like, sometimes the hot sauce is just a bit too much, you know? I don't like, it's just a bit too much hot sauce, especially against, you got a whole bunch of divers in Man City's team. If you touch them, they're all going down, okay? So, I don't think it's a sure thing that we should keep Rojo in the team. Just saying, you know? And it is what it is. Although, speaking along the lines of the back line, I would like to see Lindelof be playing them long passes. Because Pogba's not in the team. And you see Lindelof has the quality to play a long ball forward. So if Rashford, Lukaku, Martial, Valencia, Young, whoever wants to get in behind, Lindelof will find you. It's just that simple. But is he going to be on the ball that much? Who knows? Matic can make a long pass as well. But it's not the best part of the game. It's not something they do often. Like Pogba probably makes about 4 of those long passes a game. That's what he does. You know? At least, anyway. But although I'm sliding all around the pitch, getting back to Rashford, you know, I got a graphic. Let's look at this. Boom! Look at that. That is our attacking graphic. Oh, we are obviously the red, City of the blue. Boom, bada bing. Okay. So as you see, the number 19, right? Marcus Rashford. He is going to move around and do absolute bits. Okay? Who remembers? I wish I could show this GIF. When he ended Demichelis' career, okay? I really hope he doesn't do this company because I have a lot of respect for him, but if he does, I won't be upset. Okay, Marcus Rashford against Vincent Kompany. If anyone looks back to when City played Leicester, Kompany he couldn't handle the pace, so he absolutely jacked Jamie Vardy and took him down. Should have been a red card, but hey. I'm looking forward to this battle. I'm looking forward to the pace of Rashford versus this back line. Lukaku on Otamendi. Please don't get Lukaku on Kompany. That's not what I need. I want Lukaku on Otamendi to absolutely bully him. Lingard's obviously going to have that space. Number 14, you see all the movements that he usually makes. And Herrera and Fernandinho is going to be key. Because Fernandinho is the extra number back there. He's going to get on whoever is open, right? So Ander Herrera needs to occupy him and just absolutely deuce on him. Fabian Delph versus Antonio Valencia? Are you kidding me? Someone call the freaking ambulance, because that's where Delph is going when Valencia is done with him. It's just that simple. And it's just, that's the basis of my preview. I got a defensive tactic board as well, but I wish I could get my face on there. No one wants to see my face, let's be honest. But, yeah, man. No Pogba. But if everyone does what they have to do in this game, we'll do what we gotta do. We'll make it. We'll make it, man. If everyone does their job, or what I would like to see them do anyway. Saying this like I'm the best manager ever. You know. I think we could get away with it. I want to see Matic absolutely just pick De Bruyne up and shove him in his back pocket. Or Lindelof. Doesn't matter. You know. Wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it. Just put him in your back pocket. And I want Herrera to be Silva's best friend in the defensive sense. I think that's on there as well. Which is what the last thing I'll do before I get out of here. See, yes. You see, I got the Herrera and Matic bubble over the De Bruyne and Silva bubbles because that is necessary. That is the necessity in this game. If we are going to do anything to shut down the City team, it's gotta be just sitting on their players and making sure we do what we gotta do, you know? And the black lines are obviously for the runs that the players usually make or the movements they make. De Bruyne has yellow because he usually sits in these positions and makes passes. You see? And those are the passes he makes in those positions. It's just that simple. But if Matic shuts him down, Sané is not getting anything. Sterling is not getting anything. Aguero can make chances on his own. But he's going to go up against the likes of Smalling, Lindelof, and Rojo, who are blocking machines, okay? Let's not go crazy. They are a blockade of man, and I'd be more than happy to see them do what they got to do in this game. This has been the longest preview on my channel. 20 bloody minutes. Oh my word. Last but not least, I expect a tight game. I'm backing the boys. and I'm hoping the fans show up. Just like Mourinho, I'm hoping the fans show up. If all things go to plan, no chance we're losing this game. Last but not least, my prediction, 1-0 to United. Don't give a single turd who scores. The reason I predict 1-0 is because if we keep Manchester City to a goalless game, we are the best team in the league. I don't care. Man City are first. If we beat Man City, obviously we're the best team in the league. If we keep them to no goals, we're the best team in the league. Just whatever. Without Pogba. So imagine if we played them with Pogba. Bloody hell. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my Manchester United versus Man City Manchester Derby preview. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. It got real deep today. It got long as well. Anyway. It's been your boy Dave. It's been Man United Talks. Drop a like and subscribe. Follow us on the Twitters. Deuces, baby.